So I recently went to see Mamoru Hosoda's latest film, Mirai, and when I say recently, I mean literally 2 hours before I started writing this script. I say when I started writing this script because another hour has elapsed since I started writing this script and when I'm writing this specific part, because I had conflicting feelings when I started to talk about the movie. I thought it was good, great even, but with some unavoidable elements that held it back a bit. I was going to make this a plain and simple review, end of. But then I thought about it further, and I began thinking of the movie more and more highly as time passed, so it's led me to change the gears of this script, and subsequently the video. Kinda glad I did. Notes on Mirai is a bit of a shit title. So I think it might help to describe my previous experience with Hosoda's works. There ain't much. Basically, I found out that Mirai was going to do screenings about 2 weeks ago, so I watched The Girl That Leapt Through Time as preparation. For those who don't know about The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, here's a summary. Needless to say, the film was still excellent, but I don't think it's accurate when trying to use it as a comparative with Mirai, since The Girl Who Leapt Through Time is based off a previously existing novel, whereas Mirai is purely Hosoda's vision. It might also help to talk about what Mirai is about. Mirai is the story of Kun, a 4-year-old boy who loves trains, so much he even wants to name his new baby sister after a train. Not that unusual, everyone seems to think that I'm named after a type of train. That would explain why they all call me Virgin. Well, about that baby sister. Now, with her seemingly being the sole object of his parents' affection, Kun is jealous. However, he meets his sister, except from the future. She lets him see his family in a different light by having him meet various members at different points in times. Now, with a synopsis like that, a literal Japanese title like this, and a poster like this, you would expect the focus of the narrative to be on the teenage girl. But no, I dare say that the Mirai of the present shows up more than the Mirai of the future, but the main character here is undoubtedly Kun. Now, when I was watching the movie, I was most certainly enjoying it, but I found a problem somewhere, and that problem was...
Hello and welcome to the live coverage of this video, and we pose a question to you, our wonderful viewers. What is the trivial complaint that I'm going to have about this anime on initial viewing? First caller in with the correct answer wins a prize. Wins a prize. You hear that? He wins a... Oh, phone's going. Hello? We have a Mr. Lexington Smyers from Beyond the Grave here on the line. Yes. And the answer is... And he says the answer is pacing. You are correct, because I never talk about pacing ever. And do you want to leave a message? This is your prize. Yeah, we're too cheap to think of other prizes. Shut up. Anyway, his message for the audience out there, all you guys tuning in. My name is actually a reference to a previous video. I'd be very impressed if any of you got it. How wonderfully specific. On with the show.
I found that the pacing worked against the movie while you're watching it. Basically, as Kun get into an argument with a family member, he is then either transported to the past, meets someone from the future, or goes into a fantasy world, where he learns something related to the fight he just had. He then returns, and we see a resolution with the family member in question. Wait. Goes into a fantasy world. Oh fuck, it's an isekai. Do not let Mirai around him, or this could take a one-way turn into... incest. Phil. This repeats about 5 times throughout the movie, with an obvious high point being when Kun enters the imaginary, as it showcases both the creativity of Hosoda and the talent of the animators. But for me, the low part is what comes before, because, well, I found Kun to be an annoying little shit. Bear in mind he is 4, and when I say he's an annoying little shit, I mean because we were all annoying little shits when we were 4, but we do have to endure 5 to 10 minutes of relative annoyance before anything can happen. Well, I say relative annoyance, I mean only from Kun himself, because the entirety of the film is backed up with, get ready for it, expressive characters, good dub performances, with standouts coming from Crispin Freeman and John Cho, great animation, both 2D and 3D, a great theme song, literally everything I mentioned in my previous paragraph, architectural continuity, which is something I never thought I would be complimenting, by the way, and great shot composition. So, why am I mentioning this tiny problem I have? Well, because while it may not make sense on first viewing, thinking about the movie once it was done made me realise something. What doesn't work momentarily works wonders in the long run. What the episodic pacing reveals is that this isn't just Kun's story, but also that of the whole family. With each family member having their own chunk of the story, it allows Hosoda's trademark themes to come into play. The conflict set up at the beginning of each arc has implications not only for Kun, but for the respective other member of the family, and by the time we've had our socks knocked off by the more fantastical scenes, not only Kun learns a lesson, and this is why the movie needed to be from Kun's perspective, because without him, we lose the Pixar-like innocence of it all, the impactful dynamics between characters, and the wonder we feel when learning about the other members of the family. So, Kun's immediately redeemed, in my opinion. And Mirai has an ending that puts the theme of time into perspective and has everything that happened before it makes sense, but I dare not spoil it, so I'll end by saying this. Between Mirai, Maquia, and Flavors of Youth, 2018 has had some very interesting anime movies, and I personally cannot wait for them all to lose to two heroes at the next Crunchyroll Awards.